So you were saying that you're super tired and you're just gonna get through this warrior spirit style, right?
Yes, today,
But
while sitting on the floor.
what I actually think happened though is that I was such a whiny bitch last week about the Lent thing that you were like, I don't need to hear him yell at me anymore over some dumb shit.
Maybe.
Welcome to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here on YouTube at TABPOD. Check out our Patreon at TABPOD. $5 a month gets you put onto the long ass ticker. Also, remember, share, and subscribe. Oh man, just a little background real quick. Judy's running off of I don't know what 6 hours, and you've been up for 14 hours straight.
Essentially, yes.
You got the look of murder in your eye right now. I just want you to know. You're in where are you? New Orleans?
I am in New Orleans, yes.
Okay, so you're in New Orleans and I'm in Vegas, and I still feel worried for my life at this exact moment. Oh man! All right, let's do it.
Get in the comments.
Light week on comments. Not gonna lie.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently everyone took off social media for Lent. but thank God she is on the writing staff. Yeah, coming in clutch. Can we read and discuss the Twilight Saga next? I'd have a lot more to contribute to that book series. And then I just put in your voice, Judy.
No.
No, I'm not doing that. I mean, if you and Yaya want to have a separate thing that we can put up, I'm fine with that. I don't want to be involved.
Fair.
Right.
That's okay. But you know what? I haven't read that series since high school, so maybe maybe we can do a book club.
Yeah, y'all do your book club, and then I'll do my book club, and maybe our book clubs will have a collab. Who knows? Also, a man who actually cares about the show, unlike his wife, who's powering through right now. I met Judy when she worked at Domino's. To which I say that explains so much.
Oh my God. So, okay, because I'm not on social media, I don't see his comments anymore. So now they're gonna be so much fun.
I honestly, after Lent, maybe you should give up YouTube still. Oh
my God. Keith, wow.
So you're on your work trip, right?
I am, yeah.
And you're just I really do. I really appreciate how much you're holding on. And by the way, I meant to say it earlier, but your eyes scared me, as they have been. Yaya was great last week. Thanks again to her for coming on.
Yes, thanks, Yaya. That was so much fun.
Such a great job.
He did.
Except for at the end when she let her mom come before my show. But
we just lost her. Yeah,
it's fine. You know?
we powered through, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, the show just kind of ended.
Yeah, it ended, and but it was fine. I wasn't super mad or anything. I was so mad that when I yelled last week, my computer shut off, and maybe that's why we had to do the show that way instead of actually saying goodbye. But whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. I was like, oh, are we done? Okay.
Me too.
Cool.
So how's the traveling been?
Oh my God, this is work number 3. This is work trip number 3 for the month. And I am so tired. And okay, so let me just tell y'all. So I've been at airports now 5 times, right?
Okay,
This morning was morning was my 5th time at the airport, and something I recognize is that something about the airport makes people dumber. And I honestly don't know what it is, but every time I've been at the airport, something happens as if people had never been at the airport before.
I think I have the answer to this one for you. I really do.
Okay, tell me.
So a couple things. One,
Yeah.
Most people aren't traveling as much as you do.
Okay.
Right? And I'm saying that most people don't even travel as much as you did before you were traveling for work. Okay? Because you'd be on trip, like you'd be on them deals to find the cheapest tickets. To be like, where are you going? I don't know, wherever I can afford.
You know what? Yes, I do. Now that you did mention that, I did do that.
So my point in saying that is like, they're not as used to it, so I think that they're internally freaking out a little bit.
Huh.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
And then just depending, well, it also everything I'm talking about is kind of before you exit security. So everything after security, right? If you're a dumbass after security, I don't know. Okay. But I also say that because remember, I was kind of a dumbass when I went out to Chicago, and I just left my bag on the conveyor belt, and then all the trays backed up, right? So it happens.
Okay, fair. Yes. But let me say, I've noticed this experience. So because I have been traveling so much, Keith and I decided to do like TSA pre-check.
Okay. Is that still a thing? I heard it was going away because the government is underfunded.
So because they're on technical shutdown, it's still happening. So I saw news. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about this later. But because I've also been off of social media, now I'm actually reading news from like the actual news source, and not just
self-aware, boys.
Yeah, like wow, I'm getting my news through like firsthand instead of somebody posting. Anyway, so I was following up. There was first one news article that said, "Oh, because the Department of Homeland Security is shut down, there's no funding. They're closing TSA pre-check."
Right, that's what I heard.
This was like Saturday. I go back on the news cycle Sunday, and they're like, "Just kidding. There's a lot of confusion. People thought that TSA pre-check was going to shut down, but it's not. It's up and running."
But here's the thing, though. Like, it also depends on where you're at, because the one thing I didn't even mention when I went, TSA pre-check was available when we left Vegas to go to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
O'Hare, like, me and my dad were like, "Yo, we're TSA pre-check," and the guy was like, "I don't give a fuck. That shit don't exist here, okay?"
What?
Right? So like, I think that it's like quietly shutting down anyway. Like, it's quiet quitting.
It might be, but I don't know. All the other airports I've been to have it.
Oh, they have it still? Okay, so maybe O'Hare's just a special breed.
Yes, either that or they have it in like a certain terminal. You know what I mean? It's like not available. At least that's what it was at. Like at DFW, they had one section of like Terminal C that was just like regular TSA, and then you had to walk like on the far end of that same terminal to get TSA pre-check. This is so stupid. I don't know.
Okay.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
You know what? I'm not gonna I'm not gonna speak on it anymore because I don't know how that specifically that stuff works. To be honest, I honestly thought that at some point we had gotten everything funded. And sure as shit was I surprised when I heard the other day that nope, TSA people still not really getting paid.
Yeah, it's really shitty. So, I try to be as nice as possible to these
Yeah,
people because I'm like, look, I know y'all don't want to be here.
right.
It's fine, right? But okay, so with TSA pre-check, most people know, like, you don't have to take your jackets off, you don't have to take your shoes off, like, you don't have to take anything out of your bags or, things like that. That's
And that was sorry, real quick though. That was the other thing I was gonna say is that
mhm.
there was one set of rules for when you left Vegas, and then there was another set of rules in Chicago. So maybe that's why they're all so dumb because they're like, I don't know what the rules are. But go
maybe,
ahead. I'm sorry.
maybe, right? Okay, so every time I've gone, there's always somebody holding up lines because they're doing something they don't need to do. And TSA people were like, why are you doing this?
Because my brain's short circuited, man.
Exactly. And I don't know. I'm telling you something about as soon as some people get into line, it's like all common sense goes out the window.
See, Judy travels so much she's become one of those bougie elite travelers. No, I should be TSA pre-check. Ha! I
Oh
don't need to
my
be with the
God.
normal TSA pre-checkers.
I also considered doing like that clear plus or whatever, but I was like, no, that's way too much. I don't know what the difference is
Yeah,
and what all of these do. Like, no,
I
it's
mean,
too
yeah,
much.
I don't know what the difference on that one is either.
I who
Because I mean,
who
like I said, I didn't really even know that much about TSA. Okay, shit.
But
Um,
yeah, I'm like, it's at every airport I've been to. I mean, granted, I've only been to New Orleans and Atlanta, and obviously Love Field in Dallas, but always
and
somebody at one
McCarran,
of these
or
airports.
no, Harry Reid, I guess we call it now.
Oh, Harry Reid. Yeah, well, not recently, but yeah, I'm just
Oh,
talking about
that's
like
right,
this
because you
month
guys
specifically.
drive every time you come visit, huh?
Yeah, except for the last time when I flew out there for the 2 weeks.
That's right. Yes, when
Yeah.
you were doing the show in the backyard and your brother had to edit it.
I tried to forget I did that episode. Okay.
Oh, I'll never let you forget. Don't
At
worry.
at some point, I had like a fly on me. Like
That's that's what good
my
co-hosts are
internet was
for.
not the best. Like, yeah, you know.
And then I love today too. Like I was telling you behind the scenes, it's been a hell of a week at work. I didn't even tell you what was going on at work because I know that you're kind of on a time crunch and you want to get the show over as fast as possible. You wouldn't mention it to me, but I could tell. Game recognized game. Um, because you're like as soon as the show is over, you're just shutting the laptop. You're going right to bed, right? I could tell. So
It's
I didn't want
so
to. I didn't
true.
want to keep
Yes, I
you.
already brushed my teeth.
See?
Like,
You got the makeup wet wipes right on the side of the computer. So,
yeah, I just have to take off the lip gloss and I'm gonna go bed.
um, but like it's been a long work week for me. So earlier today you were texting me about the accoutrement at your hotel, and you're like, my room doesn't have a desk, and
Yeah,
I was like, that's fine, that's fine. You could just
yeah.
you set yourself up in a chair and put on the bed. I ain't got a chair either. And then I was like, okay, is there like a business development center or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Nope. So what the hell
Nope.
what kind of budget sweets ass Motel 6 are you at right now?
Listen. It's actually a bougie hotel in New Orleans, but it's one of those like bougie boutique hotels. And when you were like, "Oh, do they have a
Like a
business
bed and
center?"
breakfast?
No, not it's not even a bed and breakfast. But so instead of like a business center, they have like four bars and restaurants on site.
There's are you sure there's no like place to there's got to be some like back office somewhere that they call a BDC.
No, because I had to ask earlier because I was like, oh, is there a quiet area where I could take some meeting calls? Because I was just chilling at the bar doing work when I got in,
Of
right?
course you were at the bar.
And they're like, oh, not really. I was like, okay, that's fine. So then I found like a quieter bar. I'm like, I don't
Less
know.
rowdy bar.
Yeah, like, something that didn't have music as loud as like the other bars did.
Okay.
And yeah, but it's okay. You know what? I was like, oh, last week I was in Atlanta. I was like up in a Hyatt. I was like, oh, my Hyatt had like a really nice desk. It had like a chair, a vanity. I was like, oh, I was expecting kind of like that here. And I was like, oh, no, I don't have any of that.
Well,
Hence why I am sitting on the floor.
I guess if I'm thinking about it, like a Hyatt is designed for people who are working.
Right.
I'm guessing that whatever, brain trust at your office that picked this hotel wasn't thinking about the fact that this hotel is more of a touristy hotel.
Yes, which is, I mean, it's what we want for our guests to like experience like a touristy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not for work. It's not like business work type thing.
Now I just feel like it's a money laundering operation.
Oh my God.
I feel like somehow the money coming in is not the money coming out, okay? Like, I'm just confused.
Regardless. So, anyways, I want to tell you guys about a little history of this hotel I'm staying at. So, it was built in 1861.
Okay. I know you're sleep deprived because I don't know
No,
why
listen.
1861 is funny.
No, I'm gonna tell you more of the story, and then
what the fuck was that? I said I know you're sleep deprived. Go ahead.
Anyways, so it was built in 1861, very old building. It's like the outside looks so cool, very, very New Orleans style, right?
So like Princess and the Frog vibe?
Yes.
Okay.
But apparently this building was a orphanage asylum. So it might be haunted. I know.
Orphanage asylum? So
yes.
like
yes.
I'm sorry. When we're saying orphanage asylum, are we saying crazy children orphans or just crazy people who had no ownership and therefore they were orphaned to the state? I have to know. I don't know which one is creepier, actually. I don't know which one is creepier.
Look, I read the little history. I have it pulled up. And it says it was an infant asylum, a refuge for thousands, both young and old.
Oh, okay.
Like, not asylum, like insane asylum.
I think that anytime. So I'm a child of comics. Okay. So my main source of the word asylum is Batman Arkham Asylum. Right? So I always think that an asylum is just default for the crazies.
Yeah, but who knows what else,
Wait, no, there's
things that happen.
There's no haunting there. That's just people were chilling. They were chilling. They were eating some of those donuts that they made, beignets. They were eating some beignets. Right?
That's what
having some Creole frog legs.
That's what we're gonna hope for.
Yeah, everything was good.
Yeah,
right?
everything was fine.
And then some rich billionaire came along, and he was like, "You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give each of you guys like $500,000, so you can just go and live your best life.
So they can live their best life. Oh,
I'm gonna turn this asylum into a hotel. That's what I'm gonna do. So that you guys can come back here on vacation and have a place to chill and have good times for the memories, right? That's what happened.
That is exactly what we're gonna believe.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's gonna be great, guys. Spending 3 nights here.
Oh well.
And
if you see anything weird, please text me right away so I can post it on social media. You're not doing the social media, so I'll do it for you on that one.
Yes, thank you. I would appreciate that.
And then speaking of the no social media, like how are you preoccupying yourself, especially like you're floating? right? Like,
Yeah, flying a lot. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm actually reading news from the actual news source.
okay. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
you know,
define the source
CNN,
though. Okay,
like CNN, MSNBC. Like, I'm just trying to find things to like try to keep up with. Like the fact that I didn't know Eric Dane passed away until like 2 days later.
really? Come on. He had that whole movie drop on Netflix.
Oh, I have not seen it.
I
Or
haven't
I
either,
didn't
but
I
I
didn't see
saw.
that it was that he dropped something. That's all. Like, wait.
Well, no, yeah. So, a side story. This is not planned. Um, so he had ALS,
Mhm.
and so he did a documentary about his trials with ALS.
Oh wow. Okay.
But the whole thing was that because he knew he was terminal, so the whole thing was like, you can't drop the movie until I die.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Now, yeah, I mean, and
Oh
now that
no.
you're
Not gonna watch it.
see, and now I wasn't even gonna watch it, but now you're so into it, like maybe I need to. Oh God, this weekend keeps getting more busy by the second.
I actually have to work this weekend, so I'll probably watch it on the plane. I'll download it.
That's still time that I don't have. Either way.
Yeah, so things like that. I was like, wow, I didn't realize that like social media kept me so up to date on like everything all the time. But I digress. So that's one way I'm like occupying myself.
Well,
But
real
also,
quick, I'm glad that you're digesting news from the source. Like, I
yeah,
do, I do think that is one thing, not just you, but in general that we do with social media that doesn't help is that we hear it from like one source, and that becomes our gospel, right?
yeah,
Because yes, it is a trusted source or whatever. It's someone whose opinion has is good in our someone who has earned our trust with their opinions. There we
right.
go.
Yes,
Fuck.
yes.
But at the same time, like, I think we can all agree that everyone's had a bad opinion on shit at times, right?
Yes,
So
right, right.
either way.
Yes.
What
So
else are you doing?
that's where we're doing. I'm also back into book talk.
Oh,
I'm currently listening to three, three
four
books, I
books
think.
because had to hurt or does it hurt?
This,
Does it hurt is just like it's. Judy texted me, and we're gonna talk about the book in a little bit. Judy texted me. She's like, "I just did chapter 4, and I don't know what happened. I know what happened in the book, but I'm not doing it by like chapters, right?" And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, okay, and like, and
You're like, okay.
yeah,
And I thought you were gonna have more things to say, and I'm just like, wait.
right. And then I'm like, and you're like, they basically had sex for the entire chapter. I was like, oh, that chapter. Oh. So, yes, we will talk about the book.
We will. Yes.
I don't know how I feel about this book, but we'll talk about it in a little bit.
We will. Yes. But so I kind of got bored with Does It Hurt? And then I was already listening to a different book called Get Even. And I was like, okay, I kind of want to listen to something else. So now I decided to continue the Pucking Around series.
You know what I just realized? Also, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, like tangent again, but you know what I just realized is kind of bullshit?
Mm.
Is that I was telling you where I was reading this book at, and you were like,
Mm.
"Oh, you're gonna get some of the moms to be like, what's that?" Right? And I just realized that means that a mom comes up to me because of the porn that I have in my hand.
Essentially, yes.
Right? So why is it bad if I just pulled porn up on my phone and I'm just like, hey, everybody, this is what I'm into? Why is that bad?
Because then you're making it like real. Instead of like in this imaginary tale.
Okay. This is why I say y'all women don't think with logic, okay? This shit is not logical. But I digress. Sorry, go ahead.
So Yeah, so I'm listening to the third book in the Pucking Around series. And something I've noticed, well, because okay, I'm actually really into, I really like that series and I'm into this book. But something that I realize gives me the ick with
Sorry.
book talk is, sorry, I was like, what is that noise? Is when it's reading from a man's perspective, but then they do a womanly voice for the women parts. And I'm like, I don't like that. I was like, ew, because it's different with when I'm listening to Does It Hurt? Is that the women's, like when they're talking, or like when they're talking in the book, it's actually the female's voice and not, yeah. So I was like, oh, I like that. But when I'm listening to it's called Pucking Sweet, I'm like, ew. They should just keep it where it's the lady that's reading the lady's part. And I don't know, it just sounds.
That's so
Yeah.
interesting because I haven't done many audiobooks, but like the one of the ones that I have done was for a Jack Reacher book, and it was one guy who did all of the characters, all of them, but like he would change his voice just in, like he was a really good voice actor because he would change it just enough that you could imagine that it was like a real ugly woman, but you can still imagine.
Yeah, no, this one I'm like, ooh. And I don't know if I noticed that with the others in that Pucking Around series, but it's very noticeable to me in this one. And I'm like, I'm gonna continue pushing through because I want to like listen to how this pans out on this character's point of view. So yeah, I'm just like, oh, this is an ick.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you can't enjoy your audio porn. Okay.
I know, it's so unfortunate. Anyways, okay, so other than that, so book talk, news, and now I've been, okay, so I know I mentioned to you guys a few weeks ago that we were like thinking possibly moving back to Vegas. So I was like, oh, let's just look at houses on Zillow. And now that's like all I like to do on my pastime is look at houses in Vegas on Zillow. And now the funny thing is Keith is actually, he's like, what if I apply to schools out in Vegas? And I was like, what are you going to do if they're like, oh, we want to hire you? He's like, I don't know. He's like, we could talk about it when it happens. I was like, yeah, you're right. We'll talk about it when it happens, right?
Oh, buddy, these kids aren't any better. Okay, I just want to warn you now. Your wife and I went to school out here. These kids are not any better, okay?
It's not, but
you're gonna have kids like Asher asking you, like, hey, if you had a bubble above your head and it showed you how you were gonna die, wouldn't that be cool? What? That's what you're gonna be dealing with, man.
Yes, but he actually interviewed with 2 Catholic private schools out there.
Oh God.
And I am just cracking up because some of the like if you're reading the job postings at these schools, I'm like, oh, I was like, oh, Keith, what did they ask you? Like, oh, what scripture would describe your like teaching ways or things like that? He's like, I don't know, I'll chat GBT.
Good for him. I would just be an ass and say Austin 316 for everything. If you know, you know. I'm not explaining that one.
Oh man, I'm just cracking up. But honestly, I'm like, look, if he does get a job, we'll talk about how we would, but he does want to go back into teaching. I will say,
okay,
that is something. Whether he's going to be teaching still out here in Texas or if he's going to be teaching in Vegas, yeah. I don't know.
Well, no, I mean, if he's already made that decision, then never mind. Yeah, like get the fuck out here, buddy. Like, what are you doing? We don't have Rite Aids out here, though, unfortunately. There's no Rite Aids in Vegas.
We don't have Rite Aids either.
Me and Keith meet up at them.
At 1:30 in the morning?
Yeah, keep the joke going, Judy. You fucking sleep.
I was like, wait, there's no Rite Aids? Why are we doing that? Oh my God. Anyways, so
comment about this one.
Yeah, going to teach at a Catholic school, Keith. Thanks.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I'll tell you. Once we're done, which schools it was. So.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah,
Well, I mean, look, if you guys move out here, cool. If not, you're dead to me, but it's fine. It's time for my overreacting. All right. This week in Am I Overreacting? Am I overreacting? I'm getting brain surgery, and my boyfriend of 5 years doesn't want to spend a day and a half in the hospital with me. I have epilepsy, and I'm getting a craniotomy. How the fuck can I pull out craniotomy out of my ass, but I can't say Game Nerd Tay one fucking time? What is wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Okay, sorry. Warrior Spirit, let's go. I'm getting a craniotomy resection in 5 days. A couple of weeks ago, I asked my boyfriend if he was going to visit me, and he said yes. I then asked if he would stay with me for the night, to which he also said yes. The date is getting closer, and his answer has changed to "we'll see," which is how he responds when I know he doesn't want to do something. My surgery is on a Tuesday, and he's off on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so I figured there'd be no issue. However, earlier, he said he'd try to be there on Tuesday. So I asked, not Tuesday and Wednesday? To which he responded, well, do you need me there? I told him, no, I don't need him there. I have my mom and my brother, but I would like for him to be there. Plus, it would look bad to me and my family if he wasn't there to support me. He then said, I just don't know about being there for 48 hours. Obviously, this was hurtful because after us being together for so long, I expected him to want to be by my side for recovery after this huge procedure. Plus, it wouldn't even be 48 hours. It'd be a day, one night maximum. I already know the problem is that he would be too bored without his PC. The whole thing makes me want to just tell him not to bother coming at all.
Oh, God. Bitch, you was so dramatic.
Who, me or her?
No, this lady.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't think. Okay. Go ahead, please. You have the floor.
Listen, as someone who hates hospitals, I understand where this man's coming from, right? Just the smell of hospitals, it's just, I don't know what it is.
So here's what I will say to you on this, though, Judy. Okay, I do. Mm-hmm. I will just be honest. I think you are being a tad disingenuous, right? And I say that. Okay. I say that not because obviously I'm not saying that you don't have an issue with hospitals, but I am saying that if Keith was having brain surgery, I know for a fact that you would be in there, queasy as shit the entire time, but still in the hospital with him the whole time.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Because that's my husband. That's my man. But yes, no, I get.
Okay, I get it. See, she's married, so she's like, oh no, you guys are only boyfriend, girlfriend? That shit doesn't count. Those years don't count. It doesn't count until you get a ring, bitch.
But I get, like, I would be pissed if Keith was like, yeah, I'm going to come hang out with you. Like, yes, I will support you after your surgery. And then he goes back and like, we'll see if I'm going to be there to support you after your, like, I get that. Like, what changed from like a for sure yes to
I'm so glad you asked. I'm so
we'll see.
Activated my trap card is what happened.
Yeah.
So what changed is my man did some research. Okay, he did some research and he realized one, One tiny slip, and she's not gonna be. She's going the rest of her life, just like that. Okay.
How did I know it was gonna come to me?
She's gonna be lobotomized, and my man's is like, I don't want to make any. Look. If I come and you are lobotomized, then that really is all 48 hours, because I'm not gonna be able to get away from your family. I'm just not. And you know how your mom is in a stressful situation. It's fucking annoying. I can't be around that. Like,
Well, yeah, he would know, right? Because it's 5 years that they've been together.
Exactly. Look. How about this? How about after you get out of surgery, you call me, and if you can tell me this very specified code word I'm about to give you, then I come down. Any gobbledygook or gibberish bullshit, I know that your parents actually called and put you on the phone. That's what I think. This is a smart man. He's just being smart. She's overreacting. I will say, legitimately, I do think she's overreacting in the reasoning for stuff. Like the whole, it's a bad look because my mom's gonna be there, and if he's not there, everyone will just like, if that stuff is important to you, then in my opinion, the things that matter don't matter. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like my point in saying that is I want someone to be there because they want to be there, not because of the optics of them being there.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She said something at the end too. Hold on.
About him being bored without his PC.
Yeah, like, and you know, that one just felt like a shot. It just felt like taking a shot at the end.
Yeah, you took a little jab at it.
Also, and look, I'm not gonna lie, okay? This next comment is strictly because I can't find the fucking thing now. Hold on. Fuck. Okay, here we go. This next thing is strictly because I'm in my
fuck the 49ers
era, okay? I'm in my pettiest era. I went to a lot of surgeries. I went to a lot of hospital visits. I did a lot of things.
Yeah.
It didn't fucking help in the long run, okay?
Yeah.
So maybe he's just like seeing the end. And he's like, fuck it, I wasn't gonna do it. But man, I see it anyway, so smart guy, okay?
Oh my god.
fuck the 49ers. Yeah.
What?
Okay, anyway.
Alright,
I don't wish ill on anybody.
No, I don't wish ill. I'm sorry if that's how it sounds. I'm not trying to say I wish ill on anybody. Like, how did I make it sound like I was wishing ill on somebody?
No, I was just saying, like, because, we're talking about, like, being in the hospitals and surgeries and... Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, no. I'm talking about past things and possible things, not I hope things. God. One slip. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
So, does it hurt?
Yes.
So you're more used to these kind of books, Judy. So I'm
Yep.
gonna ask you.
I am.
Are they all kind of written this badly?
Yes.
Oh, yay. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
that is the fact that this one took 4 chapters to get to the sex stuff. I was like, oh, okay.
Is that fast?
It's kind of middle. Like, so right now in Pucking Around, I'm already like 7 chapters in and nothing has happened.
Well, I guess is it a continuation? I missed what you were saying. Is it a continuation of the second book?
No, so the way the
so-
way the Pucking Around series is, each one is kind of based on different characters. So this third book is a different point of view of the first book.
Okay. So
Yeah.
maybe that's why though. Maybe that's why, because
Maybe.
either way.
Maybe. But so the other book I started, the Get Even, was it like the first chapter, like right off the bat, it's like this lady having a threesome. So I mean, yeah,
Good
yeah,
for
I
her.
know. It's like, wow, it just opens up that way.
So right now I'm not look, it's not a hard read, thankfully, right? Like it's easy to
Hmm.
get through.
Yeah.
I'm about halfway at this point. Um, is the issue that I'm having, right?
Hmm.
Is that this this woman lets this man basically just do whatever he wants to her, and then she ends up justifying it in her head. And I get that part of it is because he's supposed to be the romantic interest of the movie. Um, but it's still just so weird to have. Okay, so let me just give you an example, right? And I'm pretty sure we lost Judy, but that's okay. Either she'll come back or she won't. So it's so weird that in one scene, he's like, it's the scene from the book talk clip, actually. He's having sex with her, right? And he bites her lip and he's upset with her because she stole his identity, right? So then she was like, I'm gonna get even with him. Or no, he's like, I'm gonna get even with her. And he tricks her onto a boat and then he starts having sex with her. But then he's like able to put her head into the water off the side of the boat, which the mechanics of that are it it you get what I'm saying. It's just not. But he also at some point bites the hell out of her lip to where she's bleeding, and then oh sorry, side note, he had already chummed the water to have some sharks come around, right? Because he's a shark research guy, so this is what he does all the time. So he chummed the water to have some sharks come around. Then fast forward, they're having sex. He bites her lip, and then he pushes her head under the water while still having sex with her. Pushes her head under the water, and so that the sharks will then, smell the blood from her lip. And now he's holding her head underwater while she is trying to get up before the shark eats her head. Okay? You missed a lot.
I did.
Um, and then later on, they get shipwrecked on an island, and there's this old man with a peg leg who's just hanging out in this island fortress of a lighthouse by himself. And it's quite clear that he is like keeping people as slaves or some shit. Something's going on. Right? He locks them in their room at night, which I can only guess is just to make sure that they end up having more sex for the book purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Makes sense, yeah.
And another point comes through. They sneak into the old man's room because like I said, he's suspect. He's got some weird stuff going on. And then they hear that he's coming in, so they both run into his closet. And in order to make sure that the girl keeps quiet and doesn't freak out, the guy just blasts the hell out of her. Right? And then, like I said, she then justifies all these things. And I do understand it is because they're revealing more of her background. She's had a lot of traumatic experiences, let's just
Makes
say,
sense.
right?
Yeah.
But still, just the way she's like, oh yeah, he was doing it for me because he knew I was gonna be I was breaking. I couldn't relax in there. I was going to freak the hell out. So he blasted me so I would calm down. Oh, and then the way that this dude is written, right? On top of the things that I just talked about, he's just the angriest motherfucker alive. He's just the angriest human being that has ever lived. And I get
Oh
it.
no! Oh my God.
Scorpios do be getting angry sometimes, right? But this dude, like, if holding on to a grudge was an Olympic sport, gold medal every year, all the time, every year, right? Especially when he be doing shit back. Like I said, Judy, you missed most of it, but like I said, he was holding her head under the water so the shark would bite her head off. Okay? Okay?
That's when I came in. I was like, who's biting? What? There's a shark?
Yes. There were sharks in this whole thing. You'll find out when I get there. Tells you about it later since you're not doing social media. But yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, it's an easy read. It's given me honestly, it did give me a hint or like an idea or an advice or whatever you want to call it to try a move out that it was talking about. Basically,
there you go.
Right? We're doing regular missionary style, right?
Yeah.
And somehow he also slipped a dig.
Must be like a very flexible man.
No, what are you talking about? Like
what?
What are you talking about? Flexible? What?
I mean, okay. Well, okay.
Like it's just taking your hand, just lowering it, and you slip a dig in.
Oh, honestly, I thought it was going like up the butt.
No.
I was like, oh, you kind of have to like.
Also flexible, like it's right there. What the fuck?
I mean, okay.
You know what? You and Keith have a system, so I'm just not gonna fuck with it. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, no. So that I had never thought of that before. I had never thought to essentially DP someone by yourself.
The see now you
No, yeah.
That's why women read these smut books.
Right, and then men can never compete. We can just never compete. Right? Because all they're doing is thinking about that smut. That's it. That's all they're doing.
Oh man.
So I mean, I'm gonna keep reading.
Yeah, what a fun ride for you.
Yeah. I was really, because honestly, I was kind of thinking maybe I would read another one for this segment. But if they all are written this great, I don't really think that's going to be happening.
I don't know. I don't know this author, but I mean, there's like these big series of like smut that like apparently is really well written and people love it. I'm not into the kind of like fairy fantasy.
Oh, it's okay. It's the sword book talk. I've heard of those.
Yeah, like I'm not into that, so I don't. But I heard like it's amazing, so I don't, maybe I'm missing out by not listening.
Maybe that's the next one I try. Maybe I just need some kind of substance, and I need for both main characters not just be terrible human beings, even if they even if they both have bad things that have happened in their life. Guess what? I have also had bad things happen in my life. Okay. I'm not holding someone's head under the water on a boat somehow. The fucking physics of that just don't make sense to me, Judy. They just don't make sense to me. But anyway, we're going to move on.
Yeah.
So, like I was saying, the book has given me some insight on some new things, new tricks I can try in the bedroom, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I also think, like, just reading this all the time has my brain kind of like dancing a little bit. Especially, I do feel like I'm going into a new phase of my life right now because I identify as a Scorpio, right?
Right.
I'm going full Scorpio with this whole thing.
Right.
You know, I've been telling people at work like I want to be the SZA of comedy, right? Just making you feel things, talking about juices. right? Just
Okay.
I just want to both Scorpios, okay? But I was thinking, remember how I used to tell you that golf was something that old men did because it made them feel more athletic?
Yes.
I realized I was wrong.
Oh.
I realized that the reason men actually play golf is it's because it's the closest thing to trying. It's the closest thing around to trying to get a woman to achieve an orgasm.
Okay, explain. Okay.
It really is, right? So think about it, right? When you go up to the pin, the tee, you have to hit the ball, right?
Right.
If you hit it a little bit too hard to the left or to the right, where are you gonna land?
Whichever, direction,
Well,
little to the
Well, my point. Sorry, you don't know golf.
Oh.
I was trying to use that. You're gonna land in the rough, okay?
Okay.
Right? And same thing with a woman, right? When you're down there, you're giving a little massage. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Right? You're tuning it up a little bit. Little too much to the left. Little too much to the right. It's gonna be a rough night. It's not gonna work out for you. Okay? You gotta hit that bitch right center perfect. In order to get this thing going, in order to get it going.
Right.
Now, even if you hit it perfect down the center, if you hit it a little too hard or a little too soft, you're going to fuck yourself anyway, because now you're going to end up in a sand trap, right? No, once again, you got to hit this bitch dead on straight. Right? Now, here's the real fucked up part. Here's the real and this is why for so long people were saying that the female orgasm is a myth. It's because of this next part right here. Every now and then, as a golfer, you'll get lucky, and from the fairway, you'll be able to get it into the hole, right? But normally that's not what happens. Normally you land on the green, and when you land on the green, the whole goddamn game changes. And everything that you had been doing before that, throw it out the window. We're doing something else now. Right? So if you were going clockwise before, now you're going counterclockwise. If you were going soft before, fucking rev it up and give me some friction. And you have to do this with the utmost delicacy, because just a little bit too much. Oh, I lost it. I was right there and I lost. God damn it, I was so close.
Yeah.
Right? And you know what that equates to? That equates to when that little ball just it hits the cup and then it rolls right out. It doesn't go in. Right? It's such a fucking tease.
Yeah.
Right?
That makes sense. Yep.
Now, here's the best part, Judy. Right? Just like women, every single hole is different. None of them are the same. Everyone's got their own little tricks and bips and bobs. Some got to go to the left. Some got to curve to the right. Some you got a lot to get an air under and let it drop down. Like, it's just mind-numbing. But you know what? Men every single day say, fuck it. I'm going to put my pride and myself to the side so that I can go and practice something to make her life better. Because the better I am at this, the better I'll be in there.
Oh,
right?
Interesting.
So
Okay.
Next time your man says, I want to go and golf 36 holes, you say, thank you. I'll have dinner ready when you get home, baby. So, yeah.
Huh?
Golf and sex are pretty much the same thing.
It's the same thing, apparently.
Golf and the female orgasm, anyway. Uh,
Wow. Wow, what a great revelation you came up there, right?
I know, right? This book talk thing, it's got all my synapses firing. It's because it's like I'm reading, which I never do, which is obviously getting my brain going, and I'm ingesting copious amounts of porn.
Yeah, basically. Yes.
Which is really just like dousing matches in kerosene for the way that my brain works anyway. Right?
Oh man,
okay,
that's great.
so
That's great. I love that.
Show you this thing. And honestly, Judy, the only way that I can describe this next scene that we're going to watch is what the fuck, John Stamos? Okay?
God. Okay.
Like, what the fuck was going on during this time period? I'm going to show you a clip. Remember the show ER?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I never watched it, but yeah.
Yeah, me neither. It was a little bit before our generation, but it had so many people star on that show, right?
I mean, I do love me some Noah Wiley. Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of people. But John Stamos did a couple seasons on there, right? So just watch this real quick, and just like I said, with what the fuck, John Stamos?
That's her.
Yeah.
You see that sometimes with Asperger's.
I was thinking about giving her some Condomet and starting her on Depo-Provera.
Depo. That may be a little too proactive.
Josie goes to Mountain View. It's a school for kids with special needs. You know why she goes to the school?
I'm just an aide, but they all have some sort of developmental disorder.
You have wonderful pecs. Why do you hide them under that unflattering white coat?
How do I say this?
She got naked again.
So it wasn't just me.
Sometimes her condition makes her act like that. It's no big deal.
Well, this is a big deal. Have you talked to her about birth control?
You think birth control's the answer to her?
Honey.
Josie's a pretty girl. She's smart. She's open. She takes her clothes off in front of the wrong guy.
Josie likes Hillary.
I'm sorry. She takes her clothes off in front of the wrong guy? What the fuck, John Stamos? We are now making the father who is saying, no, my daughter who has a mental, they're saying Asperger's basically, they didn't know about Asperger's, leave them alone for this one, but they're saying that the Asperger's makes her a sexual deviant, and the dad is the asshole for being like, she's 15, I don't want my daughter condoms at 15, and John Stamos over here just like, yo, look, she's throwing it out there, someone's gonna catch it, okay?
She's open. Like, what the fuck? Is she a 7-Eleven? Like,
what were we doing back then? Why was this something that was okay for television?
Yeah, who was the screenwriter for this?
And then I just love
a little problematic.
The dad is the asshole. John Stamos is like, you don't understand, all right? So some dude is gonna be around, and if she doesn't, first of all, you think if the dude is like that, do you think a condom's gonna matter to him?
Exactly.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Even if she had it, he'd be like, oh yeah, I'll use it. Whoop, throw it away. Like, just.
That was a little problematic clip there.
Oh man, the 90s were wild, man.
It was a free for all at that point.
I really do. I know I said it last week. I really do mean it though. Like, I just want to live in any time before now. Okay? It just feels like it was so crazy back then. Any time before now, please.
Yeah, yeah.
Could you imagine that clip coming out in a social media world?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it would be over. It would be in and out in fucking 36 hours max. But still, John Stamos. Oh, he'd never be able to be on a Disney show again.
Oh man, John Stamos. Wow, so that is.
We only got a couple minutes left, but I did want you to listen to this clip of dating advice that I got up in my feed. Okay.
Okay.
So just listen real quick.
You don't need to explain every part of who you are to someone you don't really know on a first date. The more you justify yourself on a date, the more stressful it is, and the less attractive you become. You don't need to explain why you're single. You don't need to explain why you do the job you do. You don't need to over-explain why you don't drink alcohol.
Okay, like, I understand the thought process of not over-explaining, 100%, right?
Mm-hmm,
You don't want to
mm-hmm.
give too much. You want to leave a little meat on the bone.
A little mysterious. Yeah,
But,
right. A
but
little
I'm
mystery.
sorry. If I'm at dinner and I'm like, oh, you don't drink a lot? Why is that? If you have a fucking problem telling me why you don't drink a lot, we're going to have issues, okay? We're going to have, like, what? Who did you hit while you were drunk driving? Like, what the fuck happened?
Right. Like, is there exactly? Did you get a DUI? Did you kill someone?
You
like,
don't have to go through your whole, sexual history and talk about how you got fucking Eiffel Towered last weekend. But
right.
why are you single? Oh, well, it just didn't work out with me and my previous person. Like, you got to go into it a little bit. The fuck? How are you supposed to have a conversation if you're not willing to share experiences? Like,
yeah, how would that date go? Like,
oh, I can tell you. Go ahead, Judy. You be the guy and I'll be the girl.
okay. So tell me, like, why are you single?
No.
Okay. No, why?
I don't have to tell you that. Why are you being so overbearing? I just wanted a date.
I'm just trying to get to know you.
You got to know me. You don't need to know everything.
I barely know your name.
Ah! That's the it'd be like fucking hitting your head against a wall and like hopefully you are the type of person that you figure it out and you're just willing to you're not going to be polite and you're just like, you know what? Like, and by polite, I mean, like, you're not going to be polite and, like, put yourself through the misery of a full 3 hours or whatever.
Right, yeah.
You're just like, you know what? This
not going to work
doesn't feel
out.
like it's working out.
Yeah.
Before the entree comes, let's just,
We should just call it a night.
Yeah, but that's it. Other than that, yeah, just hitting your fucking head against a wall. Oh. All right.
Yeah.
You heard
great.
that
Are we gonging?
Yes, we're gonging, Judy. Judy's got to get.
There was an actual gong.
Yes, I know, but I like the sound effect. Anyway, Judy's got to get to bed, so we're gonna let her go to sleep. Thank you, honestly, thank you so much for doing this and putting up with my tism of needing to do this show. Yeah, go get some sleep. Thank you guys for listening to the show, and we'll see you right here next time on A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. Bye.
Bye.